now.
Check the intermission
Let
setting.
me go find it
Live.
on YouTubegaming.com.
Live control room says we are. Come on.
Let me refresh.
Yep, it says good. It says stream is good.
Refreshing.
We are live.
Refresh
And yep,
before
we're
I
live.
press live. I got it.
We're live. I'm gonna tweet. Hey, we got everybody in chat. Robert
Two
Will,
City.
DSM Greg,
A two city treat.
King Lethal 3. What's going on there? Console play. You see? Who else is here? What's up, everybody? Welcome
What's up,
to the
stream?
stream.
How's it going, guys?
Let me tweet
The
this out.
stream. Why do you make me all big?
That's just how it does it, dude.
What shirt do you got on today? Is that one of the new ones?
For a second, baby. That's the one we got at
Look what I got.
at Guardian Con.
Okay, just for you, buddy.
You got
just got my-
the wrong
The
team
Pokemon
of
Go
Pokemon
shirt.
Go. The wrong Pokemon Go team.
I just got my Gambit shirt in, and I just got it back from the laundry, so I got to go
Oh, it's a
make
nice
sure
shirt,
it
man.
fits.
That works.
Yeah, it looks
We
like.
got-
Hey, J-Bo.
It's real nice.
Omega Impulse.
Pop the chat out.
Geroid. No, Geroid. Leonard. What's up, guys? Branson. What's up, everybody? Welcome. I'll be changing up the emojis as we get closer to Forsaken. Or I should update them for tomorrow's stream, because I'm going to be streaming the Solstice of Heroes.
The grind is gonna be on tomorrow, dude.
Yeah.
I've got a closing in the morning early at 9 a.m. And then I've got to do one thing at the office, and then my ass is coming home. I'm ready to go, baby.
Yeah, it made it to Reddit all the requirements you need to unlock the different pieces of gear.
Oh, I didn't even check it yet, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I'm like a lot of things to do to upgrade. To get to 400 power, you have to upgrade 3 sets of gear. First at 240, then to 3 something, and then to finally 400 or something like that. So,
Yeah.
What is it a lot of, Sean? I didn't even see. Is it just like?
I put it in chat, and actually, since before we start the show,
Yeah,
I could
'cause we wanna
read.
talk about it. Destiny, the
Let me
game.
pull it up.
Reddit.
All right, so like for the first set, helmet. Collect 90 solar orbs on Earth and defeat 10 Guardians in the Crucible. Complete the Homecoming Redux mission. Is it Redo or Redux? It's Redux,
Redux.
right?
I think it's
Redux, yeah.
Redux, yeah.
Collect 150 Arc Orbs and complete meditations for Ikora. The chess piece, collect 90 Arc Orbs and strikes and complete 10 Heroic Public events. For the legs, complete 1 AU Redux mission. Collect 150 Void Orbs and defeat 50 mini-bosses. Complete the and for the cloak, complete the Payback Redux mission. Get 30 super kills in the Crucible and complete 10 patrols. So, hey, Robert, thank you for the donation, sir.
Wow.
Said you were getting us hungry. You're talking about food while we waited. Blessed day. Thank you for thanks, Robert.
You're talking
Sean, I'm gonna.
Sushi
You know
talk?
what? We talk about Solstice, man. I'll throw that to you and mention some of
Okay.
that stuff.
Yeah.
On there. That's good.
Head it. Yeah.
But all right, stream. Are we ready?
We're ready to do it.
Guys, what's up here? As always, thank you here for tuning into Guardian Radio. Glad you guys could be here with us. We got some good stuff to talk about, of course, this week. We had tons of news on Solstice, of course. We have some new exotics that were revealed. Lots of stuff to talk to. People are excited with new content coming up. And hell, man, we're only, a month, pretty much, little under a month from Forsaken. So lots of good stuff to talk about. So are we ready, boys?
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Yes.
Guardian Radio, episode 260. 60 bananas. Here we go. Welcome, everyone, to Guardian Radio, the first and longest running Destiny podcast on the net. You are tuned into episode 260. I am your host, Mark Turcotte, and joining me this week, as always, from inside his closet, K-Dub. K-Dub, what's up, dude?
What's up, boys? So this is a very, very special show. Not because we're going to be talking about Forsaken, but this is going to be the last show in the closet. This is literally the last show in the closet.
You're finally coming out of the closet, K-Dub.
I'm going to come out of the closet
So
party
glad,
next
man.
Monday night on the show. There'll be rainbows everywhere. But yeah, so it's been a crazy week. I've been packing. I've been going through all my stuff and taking my closet apart, and that's the reason I have this here is because as I'm going through all the stuff that I'm unpacking,
Nice.
my bounty hunter, one of my favorite Star Wars things that I ever got, was there. I was like, you know what, I'm going to stick that up for the show. But yeah, I'll be in the den. I'll be in the den next week and rocking and rolling. So glad to be here. Glad to look. Man, so much news to talk about.
So much to talk about,
a lot of stuff. So much.
And of course, that third voice you heard there from the heart of Queens, our King of Queens, Mr. Mesa Sean. Sean, what's up, man?
What's going on, guys? Doing well. Getting ready for the grind tomorrow. I'll be streaming Solstice of Heroes right when it goes live. So I don't want to bore anyone else with more of an intro because K-Dub worked really hard for 2 hours today on the rundown because we have a lot of stuff to talk about. So much was revealed within the last week. So yeah, let's as Philip DeFranco says,
here, guys.
Let's jump into it.
Real quick housekeeping though. Don't forget, check out our website, theguardiansofdestiny.com. Email us feedback at theguardiansofdestiny.com. We've got a lot of emails this week that you guys are pouring in, a lot of feedback about the Whisper Quest. Keep sending us that, but give us your feedback on Solstice because we'd love to next week talk about what you guys think of Solstice. So feedback at theguardiansofdestiny.com. And of course, tweet at us at guardiansofd. It's the best way to keep in touch with us, and make sure you follow us over there as well. But let's move into the news, guys, because like we said, we have lots to talk about in our news segment that we call Dispatches from the Traveler. All right. Well, first up this week, we got to jump into this video, guys, because this is, I think, holy bananas. When it comes to Forsaken, I mean, we've seen, obviously, the Vidoc, and we've seen the stuff that Game Informer's been putting out and all of that. But, man, there is a trailer that Bungie dropped showing the new weapons and gear that is coming with Forsaken, and I think everybody's heads just exploded when they saw this thing, because the reason we play these games is for the loot, and that's what this trailer is. I mean, it's just like a loot onslaught.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, what did you guys think when you first saw this trailer, man?
When I saw that Warlock exotic, and when I saw the hand cannon that turns kinetic, I think it takes all kinetic headshots, kills, and makes them into explosions or dragonfly. I was like, you had me at hello.
Chromatic fire. It's the one in the rundown that I highlighted in red.
You did, yeah.
That looked pretty epic, man.
Yep.
But let's go through some of these. I mean, the first one that we see in the trailer is the two-tailed fox, where you're firing two rockets at once, and it looks like, I mean, you put in there, it looks almost like two different elements.
Yeah. So if you're watching the trailer, the one on the bottom is solar, and the one on the top is void, and blam blam. The question that I have, which is this is crazy. Like, so how does it? So with a rocket, especially with no tracking nowadays, we haven't had tracking. You kind of at least got to shoot it at their feet or at the ground. So obviously that thing must have tracking. And number two, how does it track people in two different spots? I mean, how big is the window? Do you just anything in the window and you hit it, it picks two targets and goes?
You know what it reminds me of, man? And this is the one thing I thought of is, in Overwatch, when you play as McCree, and his ultimate, you pop it, and he says, like, it's high noon, and you just have to aim, and just as long as you kind of hit scan those people, it'll lock on, and then when you fire it, he just goes like boom, 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 and hits everybody at once. I'm wondering if that's what this is. It's like a two.
But in that trailer,
shot.
They're so far apart. I mean, one guy's on the second floor in a window, and the other guy's down bottom. I mean, like how?
So you aim down sights. He's aiming at you. He's aiming up at the guy on the top of the bridge. He comes down, aims at the other guy, and then the minute you let go, they both just.
Oh, you think you tag them both and then let go?
I mean that's how McCree's ultimate works. So that would make sense to me.
One, it's got to have tracking because it says it fires two rockets at the same time. One's solar, one's void. When I made my review of it, I slowed the footage down. Yeah. Now it looks like one fires out and then one comes out like a slight second after, but you clearly see the Guardian kind of turns slightly where the top one goes off, But I'm thinking because that's when I was like, did he look at one and then look at the other? But you're right. Maybe you look down sight, it'll lock on to two people.
And then when you let go,
press fire. So maybe this is Destiny 2's better version of Truth. Do you remember those crazy clips we would see with the Truth exotic launcher where they would lock on someone, they would shoot it up in the air, and they would see it go all the way around and come down and then land on someone's head. So I'm thinking, maybe when you look down sights, you lock onto two targets, press fire, and it's go shh.
Yep. Let's see. We have the Antaeus wards, which are these boots they're Titan boots, right?
Yes.
And you see, I mean, we've always joked about.
Are they only Titan boots? That's the thing that I wasn't sure about. Some of these armor pieces.
I would think they are, man.
I think you're right. I mean,
but I mean, we always joke about, I'm a Titan. I can shoulder check a rocket, like whatever. Like you're literally going to shoulder check a rocket, sliding and kick it back at the people like that. That is so
the funny thing,
man.
I saw somebody on Twitter saying that we're going to be reviving Titans like so much now because the Titan deaths are going to go up because they're going to be like, don't worry, I got this. I'm going to go reflect this rocket. And then they go, can I get a res? You didn't time it right.
Yep.
But it looked really, really cool. Yeah.
I'm waiting for the video. I wonder if you can like double up on that. So if someone shoots a rocket, One person slides and does it, and then people just setting up videos like in private matches, like bouncing
and going back and forth.
The rockets,
right.
ding, ding, ding,
Right.
ding, ding, just going back and forth. You know somebody's going to try that. Like the minute
Right.
a bunch of people get these boots, man.
They're going to do like Pong or something. But I was kind of wondering in PvE, how's that going to work? Because it says, because it says projectiles. So I was kind of wondering, is it projectiles, plural? Meaning like if a bunch of ads are
anything that hits you while you're sliding, or is it just
like some Scorn are throwing some things at you, and then you slide into them. Is it going to ricochet all those things off them? You know,
Yeah.
It looks cool though, man.
It does.
For sure.
Let's see. The next one we have is the Trinity Ghoul, which is this bow where precision kills will create electrical storm arrows. And
it was interesting because it was like you get a critical hit, and it says create an electrical storm. It doesn't say of arrows; it just says electrical storm arrows. It just really looks like an arc explosion. I mean, what it does, wipes them out.
It chains it. In my,
I was gonna say it looks like they're chaining.
It's like chain lightning, right?
Yeah, because in my first Gambit video from E3, I got to use it, got to record it, and the perk says you get a precision kill, and then your next shot is charged. And I got a beautiful clip of Gambit where I killed an ad, and then there was 3 Cabal standing right next to each other. So my second shot was charged. I hit the middle guy, and you saw the chain lightning chain to his 2 friends on the side there. That thing was a lot of fun, too. And the longer you draw it, the more aim assist you get, because I felt a lot of aim assist on that thing. Yeah. But the more you pull it back, because when you hold down the trigger, you draw it, and then you release your finger off the trigger. Max, what are you doing?
Hey, question for you. So also, talking about aim assist, so when you're, let's say you pulled it back and you haven't let go yet, and then you get the dreg that runs by. Like, how bad is that aim assist?
Yeah. That I'm not 100% sure of. And I also don't know how to, like, if you pull it all the way back, I think you have to let it go, I think.
Okay. I didn't know if it was a let go when you want type things. When we played Gambit, I didn't use the bow.
You know what? That's a good question, Sean. Can you cancel the drawback on bows? I don't think I tried.
I don't think I know that, you know what? I just started like, if I didn't think I could aim on them, because you could just hip fire. Like, if you just press shoot, you just shoot it as kind of like a boop, 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 like that. But that's a good question. You might be able to sprint out of it, maybe, if you're drawn back and then you press sprint on your controller. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, they should definitely put that in there, because I mean, it is like you're kind of committing to that, but then of course if the situation changes, you want to quickly get out of it. Yeah, that's a good question, man. I don't know, and there may be the answer to that. Somebody may have already done found that out or tried that out.
So I don't know. Yeah, right.
Let's see, the 6th Coyote. This is some boots that look like are coming to hunters, giving them a double dodge. So now those annoying hunters are going to be even more annoying.
Annoying enough as is.
The friggin' fun police are going to be out there dodging all over again in Mayhem. Great.
But they'll never be taken off their worm husk crowns, I think. But it'd be interesting if, because when you dodge, I forget if it's top tree or bottom tree, because I only play as one Night Stalker. But I'm wondering, each time you dodge, you go invisible. So if you get 2 dodges, does that mean, is it going to double your invisibility time?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm wondering if you dodge, you get a certain amount of. I think you get, because there's one exotic that does give you a certain amount of time. And they added a second. Forget it.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think your that timer is set, and then this just gives you a double dodge. But I think you're right. So, some of these, like, while the Antius wards and the 6 Coyote, these boots, they look cool. There are other exotics that I'm going to be wearing instead. Oh yeah. To be honest. Right. Yep. Now the weapons. The weapons.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the Antius wards, I think would be something that is like novel, to do it. Like, oh, that's cool. I can deflect it. When are you ever really going to do that? Like, honestly, like it has to be almost the perfect situation for you to do that, unless come the raid, there's some sort of encounter or some sort of boss who is sending projectiles, and you're putting those things on. Like, all right, we need our Titans to deflect it back at them. I mean, that may be a big key to the raid.
Because like everyone's standing in an area doing DPS, something keeps coming towards, so maybe they need 1 or 2 Titans to keep sliding to deflect something. Yeah, look, don't put it past Bungie. They'll come up with stuff for us to use those things at.
Yeah, there's a reason, right? This next one is very interesting, and it's caused a lot of just discussion amongst the community, and that is the, how do you say it? Malfeasance?
Malfeasance. Yeah.
And this is the gun that everybody saw early and thought it was Thorn coming back, and it's not.
It's a hand cannon. 5 hits will detonate an explosion. However, when you watch the video, and even when you watch this thing hit, it's got a green tint to it. And even the way they put the words in the trailer, it is green, which makes people think, is this possibly a new element that we're going to have? Maybe like a poison element of some kind, which I think would kind of make sense. I mean, when you see the Vex get shot, it kind of hits him, and it looks like it's almost burning him as if you would have like a tick, like you did with Thorn, right?
Because Thorn had a green glow. Thorn had, the aesthetic was amazing, one of the best guns ever, and it had a dot. It had a damage over time, which is poison. And typically speaking, in other games, and including with Thorn, poison is green. So if we're going to get another element, it would totally make sense that is this.
That would be it.
But the 5 hits detonated explosion. So what I'm wondering then, if it is, and we're speculating, but if it is poison, do you get 5 hits, detonated explosion, and then everybody in the area that gets touched gets poisoned for a dot?
Maybe. I don't know.
That'd be some shiznit right there, man. Woo! Right. You know what I mean? I'm already wanting to nerf the gun, and it ain't even out yet.
Oh, crazy, man.
Bungie doesn't nerf anymore. They bring everything up.
That's right, dude.
If it becomes OP, everything else would be brought up then,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Let's see, we got the Black Talon, which is a projectile sword. So if your power fantasy is to be Link from Zelda with full hearts, you can be Link from Zelda with full hearts in Destiny and shoot your sword at people. It's awesome.
Yeah. What was the name of the arc one from Destiny 1 that had a throwing beat? You could slice, but you could also throw an arc projectile.
Oh, we got it from that one Hive mission, and I can't remember the name of it.
I forgot the name of the chat. What's the name of the arc exotic sword that we had to grind out for that you would throw a blast of like arc energy or something?
Yeah. It was that mission that you went and the knights came out of the ground, and I can't remember now.
Forgot.
Yeah. Anyway, so the next one is the next one is a Star Wars theme.
Oh my god,
dude! The next one is so good. This one is 1,000 Voices is what this thing is called, and it literally, I mean, you put on here the Solar Cold Heart. I mean, that's almost what it looks like, except this beam of fire is so much more badass than the Cold Heart beam or the Prometheus Land. I mean, this thing looks so amazing. I think out of all the guns in here, to me, this is the one that just stands out the most. I can't wait to see one of these things 3D printed. It's incredible.
They're like so badass. But even when he's using it, he's like hosing down as if he's spraying out foam on the floor between these Scorn, and then they get annihilated by it. I had a few people comment in the video I made about it. Is this not a trace rifle? I'm thinking this is a trace.
It is.
Right?
It's just like Cold Heart. It's the same as Cold Heart.
Okay.
This is going to be the Warm Heart instead of the Cold Heart.
Does this thing blow up though too?
It does explode. It looks like it.
I'm trying to look because I'm watching the video. I'm trying to see what explodes. Is there something? No, see, there's
it's just a timer. I think because they just shoot the ground. They're not even shooting the
yeah, you're right.
enemies.
Yeah, he's just shooting the
ground.
They're
just shooting the ground, and after a certain amount of time, it explodes.
Up,
so, which is why they named it 1,000 Voices. If you remember, when they used the Death Star to shoot the planet that exploded, it was a giant solar explosion, and that's why it's named 1,000 Voices. It's because it's like 1,000 voices screamed out of my head.
Screamed out of my head. Yeah,
right. Exactly.
We're suddenly silent.
So good.
It's brilliant. Right. That's
Kenobi.
Awesome.
Let's see. We talked about the chromatic fire a little bit. That's the chest armor, but this is elemental explosions from precision kinetic kills.
Warlocks, baby.
That is not okay. That's only Warlocks. That's some BS right there. And that's not okay, dude.
It is okay.
No, it isn't.
Titans will have something good too.
Okay, that is
not
okay.
everything. It's not everything.
Deej needs to stop walking into the friggin' dev room and saying, "Hey, we need more stuff for Warlocks." Deej, I'm seeing you, Deej. But this thing is ridiculous. I mean, so I can go with my scout rifle, whatever scout rifle, because I have like 3 of them that are masterworked, and just use them, and I'm going to get elemental explosions when I smoke somebody in the head.
It's awesome.
Come on, man. Not all right.
They like explosions, man.
It's not okay.
I mean, let's be frank. Dragonfly isn't Firefly from Destiny 1. They did buff it. They buffed the animation. They buffed the damage it does. But it's just, I don't know. I feel like it needs a little bit. You notice it predominantly if you're on a dark screen. Like in this one Game Informer clip, it's dark. He's in the Prison of Elders. He's using an arc Dragonfly hand cannon, and you really see the explosion. But I don't know. There's something about Firefly, whether it was the animation, the way the explosion went out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I still think Dragonfly needs a little bit of a buff.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I agree.
Dragonfly is not Firefly. I agree.
Let's see. We have this Wish-Ender bow, which can see through walls and pierce targets.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, do you see that clip?
Oof.
So it kind of pulses because you see
pulses.
he's looking through the wall on one of that original Trials of the Nine map.
Yeah.
And you see them pulse, and you see them coming through, and then boop, it's like boop, and it pierces. So it looks like
He doubles.
the arrow. It went through one dude. So that's a one shot. So is that a high
double.
impact? Is that
It was
a high
one
impact?
shot double?
Wow.
I mean, it's got to be, right?
It was a headshot, so that's number one. But it went through the first guy, hit the second guy, killed them both.
Wow. I'm sure the PvPs who love to chill in quick play now will love that thing.
Oh god, that's what I was just gonna say. Is people are gonna go bananas? I think over this thing in Trials and all that.
Yeah.
Let's see, and finally, of course, the Ace of Spades, which we knew was going to be coming back. Reloading after a kill grants that extra damage bullet.
That's it seems like that's not that great of a perk, but I'm gonna have to see how much extra damage that is. And then is it just the next shot? Is it the next clip? Is it so it says reloading after a kill grants extra damage. Bullets.
Plural.
No, but I put the S in there because it was cut off and I couldn't see.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's the next shot, but I think it's the next full clip. So you get a kill, boom, you reload. Your next clip does extra damage, right? I mean, that makes sense because one bullet would be stupid, right?
Dude, imagine using that, and then what's the Warlock, the new subclass, where you can drop the big Radiance pool or whatever it's called.
The Well of Radiance.
Well of Radiance.
But
so
also,
you're already going to get a boosted damage, plus then you're using that. I mean, that thing could one-shot some bosses probably. That'd be crazy.
The clip also shows the Ace of Spades doing Dragonfly too. So you're getting Dragonfly, I believe, and then you also get this bonus damage too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
well, God forbid some Warlock with chromatic fire is using Ace of Spades.
No,
the hell out of dodge, man. This ain't fair.
That's what we do, man. That's how we do.
Tragic in the chat says it does say bullets in the trailer. So yeah, it probably is that whole clip.
Yeah.
We're probably going to get there at the end.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah, this loot is looking pretty good, guys.
Looking good, man.
And that's only 10 exotics, people. That's only 10 of them.
They said roughly in Game Informer, Steve Cotton and Scott Taylor said about 15 exotic weapons and armor pieces. So there's going to be a lot to grind for, guys.
Absolutely.
Let's see. We got some announcements that would be Tuesday next week on August 7th at 10 a.m. Pacific, so 1 p.m. Eastern. There is going to be a Year 2 combat reveal stream. And they say that we know you have questions, which will be using your weapons next season. How will you equip them? How will you customize them? How will you earn the ammunition you'll need to use them? He says some of these things defy explanation, so we'll demonstrate them in a live performance. Now, one of the things we did, just real quick, in the roadmap, we do know that the weapon slot changes are coming a week before Forsaken, right? So I think that this is kind of prepping for that, right? I mean, this reveal stream is going to be more like, okay, here's the big patch that's coming to everybody who doesn't get Forsaken. Everybody's going to get this Year 2 combat.
Well, they have to do that. They have to do that because so the way that the game is changing, they have to change everybody's slots because if there's other pieces of the game that you're going to encounter each other, it has to be the same.
Yep.
So they're doing that a week early, which they should, for any bugs, any stupid stuff that happens. And then, boom, we'll all go forward after that. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I think it's great too, man, just because it gets everybody into
absolutely.
It's one less
It's going to take me a week to figure out what the hell everything is.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's one less thing to have to worry about to inundate you with, like, oh my God, where do I go for this? What should I be doing? Now then it's going to come down to what weapons do I equip? I don't know. How do I customize them? What do I do? So I think it's a great idea. They're pushing that out early. And of course, it's going to be all revealed to us.
Are we going to talk about the time to kill now or later?
I mean,
rundown.
Yeah, it's right in there. So Wisniewski confirmed that the time to kill is being adjusted. And this was on Twitter or Reddit or somewhere he posted. He said
this was on Twitter.
This week at Bungie also too. Yeah,
okay.
And
he said
that also stemmed from, just real quick, in the latest Game Informer breakthrough gameplay, you see him using a 600 round auto rifle that's doing 21 crits and 13s to the body. Normally 600s do 17 crits and 13 to the body. So they are, I mean, you see him wasting people with the 600 round RPM auto rifle. So
there you go. So they are confirming
Nusk,
that globally.
This is a quote from Nusk. I'm here to quickly confirm that along with weapon slots and ammo availability, we have globally adjusted the time to kill in the Crucible. If you'd like more details, join us on stream and we'll get into it. So come to that stream, watch that. They're going to talk more about it, but they're absolutely changing globally the time to kill, probably to the quicker.
Yep. Oh, definitely. It's got to be, right? I mean, that's one thing that the communities kind of always complain about.
Look, if they bring it to Destiny 1 type of time to kill, I'm fine with it. I feel like the time to kill in D2, especially with me and my terrible aim, it's a little too long. Too many times I'll get someone down to near no health,
Sean,
and they will dodge away. Whereas in D1, once I get my like sights on them, I'll waste them. Case in point is Mida, right? Mida, I know it's a scrub gun for D1, but I would know exactly how many shots I needed crit-wise to kill someone, whereas I never use Mida in PvP for Destiny 2 because I will get them down and I'll need 1 to 2 extra shots and they're already off and running away.
Well, you know what? I got to shout out to our buddy Patty from Vicarious Visions who created
Huckleberry.
Yeah. We were having lunch with him and I was like, dude, I suck with Huckleberry because I don't get every single shot on target to get the reload, and I'm reloading and they kill me. Maybe this will make me be able to use a Huckleberry.
I tend to burst fire that thing in PvE.
I know, you have to.
The longer you hold it down, the faster it fires. What I'm constantly doing is burst firing it, and it's really not meant for yellow bars or things you're going to lay into.
I'm talking PvP. I'm talking about PvP.
Oh, PvP. Yeah, I'm terrible. Right. The only SMG I could do semi-okay with is going to be the Escalation Protocol. Yeah, submachine gun. That's a fun one.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I think the time to kill still, needs to come down. But since they've changed it to 6v6, maybe it's not as noticeable. Because like Sean, we're talking about when that person gets away. Like the way D2 is structured, they may get away, but there's one of my teammates there to clean up the kill, and then you'll still get the little notification saying, "Oh, you also get the kill." Like it counts for you, which of course isn't the same as it was in D1. But I feel like just now that it's 6v6, like that time to kill, personally for me, doesn't seem as much of an issue. But I am definitely going to take this, and it's definitely going to be welcome back for them to make it much shorter for sure. And hopefully the PvP crowd will definitely appreciate that. Let's talk about the Whisper Quest. This is week 2 of the Whisper Quest.
Yes.
And I will tell you, man, it seems like all over Twitter and everything, people are just continuing to complain about the RNG of the Cabal coming up just nonstop.
Cabal again?
Bungie addressed this.
They did.
By the way.
Yeah, they looked at it. They said they're aware of it. They're aware that some of that's too long. And they actually didn't go in and change it? Didn't they say it's actually?
They didn't change it. They're watching it. They're going to continue to watch it to see, because there's been streaks both ways. There's been streaks of 4 hours straight and nothing but taken, and then the opposite.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be that way. I think it should be every other. It should be rotate.
Yeah. Well, we got an email that we didn't include this week because we just got it literally tonight. It was probably around like 6 o'clock or so. And the guy wrote a long, lengthy email, but he was basically talking about how in D1, when you had like the Black Spindle quest, it would go live, even if it was those 24 hours, he at least could go in there with his team every time and tackle it. And they knew that they could at least have a shot at it. And he had a set time of 2 hours or whatever it was to play. And so for those 2 hours, they could bang their heads against the wall trying to get that spindle. But the way the Whisper quest is built, you can't. He couldn't count on it, basically. He sat there for 2.5, 3 hours. It never came up, and he's screwed, And so I get that, and I hope that moving forward, when they look at some things like this, like these quests, that they do kind of look at it from that side, and at least make it accessible for everyone. I mean, for people having to wait 3-4 hours, that's crazy town.
It's ridiculous.
I can see an hour maybe at most, which even I know some people think that's too much, but it's like 4 hours.
It shouldn't.
It's ridiculous. I think having a wait is cool because it makes people really, like anticipate it.
Yeah.
But too long of a wait, I think it just doesn't work. I think because then people get bored, they get frustrated, then they get in there, and then they're already just frustrated from sitting there for so long. They may not complete it, And plus, if it spawned faster, people could do carries. You know what I mean? Because like my friends, we burned through that thing on heroic like it's nothing. Especially once you get the Whisper, you just sit in the back of the room and just snipe everything with the Whisper of Worm. But one thing the Whisper made me realize is, man, in D1, all I ran was the longbow synthesis as my special, right? And I can't snipe anything in PvE in Destiny because I haven't used a sniper in so long,
Right.
Trying to get used to that slow aim down sight. I'm like, man, am I terrible at sniping,
All right, so before we move on to the roadmap that's coming up, I got a little announcement. People that are live watching on the stream, you probably ought to pay attention to chat right now. Bam!
Go!
Forsaken Emblem code.
Forsaken Emblem code. Go, 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 go,
Forsaken
go.
Emblem code. Go.
First one that gets it wins.
Forsaken Emblem code.
Let me know who gets it. There you go. Boom.
Nice.
Put it in
We
chat.
saved a bunch of them that we had from Guardian Con. That's the last one.
Forsaken Emblem code.
Go get it.
Nice.
It's sweet. So there you go. All right.
I mean, you wonder, is there a point? Somebody saying yeah, it's gone. Is there? Who got it? Mike Moore.
Mike Moore. All right.
Mike
There you
Moore.
go.
Mike
Congrats,
Moore.
buddy.
That was quick.
Congrats,
Dude.
my man. That was pretty
He was
quick.
on a ball.
Bungie.net, open up, ready to go.
Go.
Did you tip him off? I'm kidding.
Is there like I would almost wonder if like this event, like could there be a way where they just put it in a place where just one public event just happens and that's it? Like you think on Titan, you go to Titan and it's always like those two same
one
events, the
and then
Walker event,
right.
and like that's what they needed to do. I think is pick an event that even though you need to wait 10 minutes or whatever for that event to happen, it's always the same one that's coming. You never have to put your faith in the RNG of the other one popping up. Or if it is that's the case, they need to just alternate. Like first goes Cabal, then goes the the Taken Blights. It just needs to go back and forth. But
Did we talk about the Vault of Glass Easter egg window?
we did.
One thing, you know what? We
It's
freaked
incredible.
out. I freaked my team out like the other night. So we're sitting there looking at it, and I had sleeper on, and I shot my sleeper through the portal, and it looked right before the fire team leader was taking us back to orbit. It looked like it went into the Vault of Glass and ricocheted off of the cliff that you dropped down from the VOG. So we all freaked out. Like we all grabbed heavy and then flew back in, and it turns out no, it was just. It was an optical illusion because my sleeper was ricocheting off the walls behind the portal, but it
so
really looked like it was bouncing off.
I gotcha.
Dude, I'm like, we had our tinfoil hats on. I'm like, dude, it's going through. It's firing inside. It's ricocheting off the front rocks, man. This is it. And we're like, nah, actually, it's not. So we were thinking, but there's got to be, dude, that can't just be an Easter egg, man. Something's going to happen. They cannot build that entire beautiful area with this music and just aesthetically pleasing. It looks like Vault of Glass, King's Fall, just for one thing. They have to have something else planned in there.
I mean, dude, it could be something with, you could see in Forsaken. Maybe there's just a mission.
Yeah.
I mean, remember, was it Rise of Iron where we went back to the vault? Could be something as simple as that, where you go back to that space, then you go through the portal, and then suddenly you're in the Vault of Glass, and then there's something within that, That would be cool. Because, we know the Vex use portals, right? That's how they get around.
Yeah.
So it would just make sense for them to be
the
linked.
funny thing is, like, with the whole thing, when it all went live, and I was like, you know what? Even more than the sniper, because there's good snipers, and the Whisper is amazing, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw the video of somebody getting a double, just pierced through the one and shot the other guy, killed him, boom, done. 7 snipes in a row with Whisper and PvP. It was pretty sick. But I was like, I really want the ship. I've been complaining about ships.
You
since
have been,
Deep
Kato.
dropped,
You have.
right?
Yep.
Because while they're basically just loading screens, it's still, if you have a rare one or something that's cool as hell, it's something that, like, man, I mean, when I got the space bus, I was like the first person to get the space bus. Everybody's like, holy crap, how'd you get that? Where'd that?
Yeah.
The whole thing. So it's like one of the things that I wanted. So I'm like, wow, all right, so I'm going to go figure that out. And then I figured out that, no, you have to get Whisper. You have to do the heroic. And then you got to go get all the chests to even do. And then it takes 3 weeks, right? So
yeah.
But I was a week late getting to this. But I did it this week, thanks to our boys at Sherpa School, Hades and Omer from Lost Fire Team. Those guys helped me out. We rolled through it. I mean, just flew through it. And then when you get the catalyst, by the way, make sure that you equip the catalyst or apply it.
Yeah, you have to apply it, is what it is.
We went through it, and I was like, oh, dude, I forgot to apply it.
No.
They're like,
no, man.
But so whatever.
It should just automatically go on there, man. That's
I know, right?
And you get the catalyst, it just automatically should apply, but it didn't. But so in any event, I'm really excited about that. But this whole thing with the Whisper Quest has been just bananas, dude. It's going to be so cool. They need to do more of this. So I think that they're going to. There's Steve Cotton makes some insinuations later on in the rundown about there's more mysteries to be solved. You know what I mean?
Yep, for sure. Yeah. Let's see. Let's move on then to the roadmap, which we mentioned a little bit. So the big changes for that was what we found out. We are getting kind of that Forsaken pre-patch. That's going to be on, what is that date? August 28th? is when that's coming. So
Yes.
Yeah, that's the 2.0.
So a week before Forsaken, we will finally get to bulk delete our shaders, guys. You can just get them the hell out of your inventory.
He stole my
that's-
thunder.
Do you guys know where we're going to do that too? That's going to be with the
friggin'
Cryptarch. He's going to delete 5 at a time. So
which I don't understand. So this is maybe still in my thunder or something later. But why can't you just do the entire stack?
I know.
And why do you got to go to anybody? Why can't I just go into my inventory? I've got 100 of this one shader that I'm never going to wear. Just hit
want it ever again.
And boop, just get them all right there. Why do I gotta go? It's gonna take me just as long. Like I got 100 of some freaking what's the stupid brown and yellow one I keep getting all the time? I forget.
I've got I've 2,000 blue geometries.
What? So you gotta go do 5 at a time. What's the difference? What's the difference if you got to do 1 or 5? I mean, great. It cuts the difference down by 5 times 5, but it's still going to take you forever to do it. Why can't you just
I think whether the shaders are worth bright dust or not, I think every single one should break down to some bright dust just to say, hey, we feel your pain. And for those who have, like Sean said, 1,000 of one shader or whatever, for that taking up all that space, have some more bright dust. Just give everybody just as a kudos thing. I think would be kind of neat if they did that. I mean, they're not gonna do it.
And somebody's saying in the cool. Chat that there's probably a coding issue. They've addressed this before and saying that it's more difficult than just you delete each one. Atlantis Watch, we just said yes.
Oh yeah.
I hate that stupid shader. But so yes, you're right. There is a coding issue, but if they figured out a way that you can do it 5 at a time, don't tell me you can't do 1,000 at a time. They know what the code is,
or at least 20 at a time, or something.
Whatever, yeah. But regardless, it's just a multiplication factor. You're getting the same rewards for each one. Either it's only glimmer, or it's only bright dust, or it's only shards. It is what it is. Just multiply it by the factor of the ones you're deleting. Like, that's not rocket science. It doesn't seem like it's that hard. So I don't know.
Time Splitter said in chat, and I think he's right. A few months ago, they did address why they can't do bulk shader deletions.
They did.
So the reason they're doing this is because if you do 100, you won't receive any materials. Time Splitter says they discussed that a few months back. So maybe that's just like the way it is with them, that if you deleted more than 5, you wouldn't get any shards or glimmer or bright. I deleted everything from ever. I have like 26 grand. I have like 27 grand in bright dust right now. So I'm good for the rest of Destiny 2 bright dust. But I'm going to use the other shaders for sources of glimmer and legendary shards. Bungie always has a history of taking a currency that you have too much of and making you use it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping with legendary shards, they're getting rid of blue mods. Blue mods are going the way of the dodo because we're gonna have to craft all new ones and stuff. So.
I've been doing what you were saying though, Sean. Is when I get to 100, just going buying them blues and breaking them down. It's definitely the way to go for sure. Yeah.
Let's see. As we're recording this, we're on the eve of the Solstice of Heroes, so that is dropping, of course, tomorrow. Here's a few points that they kind of brought up in this week at Bungie. So, before attempting to complete a triumph, you should make sure you have acquired it from the statue. So, make sure, go to the tower. Go to the statue. They say some triumphs need to be completed again if the triumph is not in your inventory. So, these are basically like when you get quests or what's the tab? I forget, like tracked items or whatever it says in the
Pursuits.
Pursuits. There you go. Make sure you go to the statue and get that. Let's see. For Moments of Triumph, adventures and region chests are tracked by the character that has completed the most of them, and they are not tracked account-wide. So they said players who encounter issues making progress toward these triumphs should make sure they're playing on the character that has made the most progress toward these triumphs. So basically, just play your mains. You all know you have a main that you kind of go with. That's the one you want to be doing most of these Moments of Triumph on, at least to start, so you can kind of hit them. Let's see. Progress towards triumphs and event rewards may be lost if the players delete any characters on their account. For the best experience, it's recommended that you do not delete any characters until all the rewards have been redeemed and the Solstice of Heroes concludes. And part of that probably plays into the one before that, saying where, it's only on the one who's made the most progress. What you think you made the most progress on and what the game thinks you made the most progress on may be a little bit different. And if you just happen to delete the wrong character, you might screw it up. So just don't do that. Don't delete any characters.
Don't do that.
But Sean, you were saying on Reddit here before we went on the air, they've leaked some of these. requirements, because we talked about it last week. You're going to have your 240 set of armor. You're going to turn that in. You're going to have your 340 set of armor. You're going to turn that in, and then you're going to start working for that 400 set of armor. What are some of the requirements?
So
I know these were kind of leaked a little bit
All right,
early.
so there's a whole thread. I'm not going to go through it all. I'm going to put it in chat in just a second here. But it said for like the first set of upgrades, let's look at the Hunter. For the helmet, complete the Spark Redux mission. Collect 90 solar orbs on Earth. Defeat 10 Guardians of the Crucible. Gauntlets, complete the Homecoming Redux mission. Collect 150 Arc orbs. Complete a meditation for Ikora. Chest, complete the Chosen Redux mission. Collect 90 Arc orbs in strikes and complete 10 heroic public events. Legs, complete the 1 AU Redux mission. Collect 150 orbs and defeat 50 mini bosses. Cloak, complete the Payback Redux mission. Get 30 super kills in the Crucible and complete 10 patrols. And that's for the first set that I believe will get you to 340 power, I think, something like that. Just for the Hunter alone. So that's going to be a grind. I'm going to put that in chat right there, guys, if you want to read all the requirements for all the classes. But that's going to be a lot to do this month right now. I might just do it on my Warlock, and that's about it. Because let's be frank, guys, we have a running bet here on Guardian Radio of what your power level is going to be by the end of the campaign. I'm saying about 450, maybe 470-ish, maybe. You guys are all saying what, like 500?
Well, so I've been thinking about this a lot more too, because yes, we've been chatting about this for a bit. So with all the stuff we're about to talk about, some stuff with Steve Cotton talking about power, how to get more powerful gear. There is going to be so many more ways to get powerful gear going forward in Forsaken, and the story missions that we're going to be going through. And we're going to 600. It's the biggest jump we've ever made in power level. So the grind isn't going to be as much as it is right now. There has to be. We're going to pop through that story mission and then all these different things that we're going to have with bounties and all the stuff we're going to talk about here in a minute. That I think 450 is probably reasonable, but that's still 150 power away.
Yeah.
That's still a lot, man. So I'm thinking I could see 500, and then you're grinding for the rest of the stuff through missions and bounties.
I still think that's it, man. I think. Although, what did Paris say last week? Did he say 485?
He was just being silly. I think he said 475. Yeah.
I mean, I could see like the 485 thing, but that's the thing. We don't have the plus fives anymore. So I said 500 from the get-go. I'm still sticking to 500. I think that's going to be 500 gets you to the Dreaming City, so you can get through kind of the that's the end game, and then you're just on that grind at that point. And you're going to have to, getting this powerful gear requires you doing end game content, which isn't going to be easy. So you're going to have to be constantly going at it.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But I'm looking at some of these requirements here. Even, Sean, you gave the first set, but even the second set, they start ramping it up, man. It's 80 solar power kills or 120 void grenade kills
50 and mini bosses. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a grind. So if you guys are ready to get up to that 400 gear, it's gonna take a little bit here over the next few weeks for sure.
Yep.
So, let's see. We have big announcement. Our buddy, former guest here on the show, Mylan Games, good buddy. He is up to this point was, I'd say, Bife's counterpart as the co-lore master. But
so everybody knows. So 2 years ago at Guardian Con, anytime that either one of them would sign anything, Bife would put #1 lore master, and then if Matt signed something, Bife would write #2 next to his name, and they were going. It was just a fun thing going back and forth, right? So go ahead.
But if you haven't seen this, Mylan Games, the lore master, is now somewhat an official lore master. He is an official lore master for Destiny. So the Destiny Grimoire Anthology 1 is now available for pre-order up on Bungie.net. It's called Dark Mirror. You can get it at the Bungie store, and it says, look for it this fall wherever books are sold. It will be published in additional languages and available in additional regions to be announced.
So cool.
And this is what Matt's been working on. We knew he's been at Bungie here for the last few months on a contract, and this is what he's been working on. And people have been asking for a long time for an official release of the Grimoire in a physical form, and
I can't believe how affordable it is. I thought this would be $80. I think, what is it, like $29?
It's $24.99, I think, for just...
Yeah, dude.
Yep. It's honestly it's just like a typical hardcover book. Like that's awesome.
Way affordable.
Shipping to the UK, I saw folks on Twitter saying it costs more to ship it to the UK than actually buy it. I think.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it'll be printed and sold there before long. So
yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Let's see. Moving on past that, we got some more news here that Game Informer, of course, had tons
the big
more
stuff.
content
Here we
coming
go.
out. So here's some of the things. They had a thing about milestones and mods. So this is kind of going into what our day-to-day is going to be about and kind of the chase for mods, which we've all had many questions about. So here was a quote. It says, milestones will become more plentiful and fluid, and mods will become a more meaningful way to customize your gear. And here's Steve Cotton talking about it. He says, when Forsaken launches, hardcore players will have much more on their plates. Rather than a set number of milestones like we have right now, what you do in a given week will vary. You will now find the director pointing you to individual locations and activity destinations, which will show you how to earn powerful loot. There will be several different ways to go out in the world and get more powerful. On top of that, there's new daily challenges that will offer more ways for players to earn powerful loot every day. So these challenges will rotate among various activities like Strikes, Nightfalls, Gambit, Heroic, Ventures, and Crucible. And they said if you can't log in every day, don't worry. They're going to stack for 4 days. Because remember, reset now is every 4 days, not every 7 days.
That's a big deal because, like, you know, I don't get to go in every day, and I'm a hardcore player. So, if you've got dailies to do and you want to go and make sure you get your powerful loot, which we do. So if I don't get in on, let's say the reset is Tuesday, if I don't get to go in till Thursday, my 2 days that I missed are stacked, including that day, and I can go do all three. It's brilliant. It's so great.
Oh, guys, you know what? X1 Killer just brought up something that just tweaked my interest here. So, probably going to cover this, but so with mods, the elements are going away, right? Which means if you get a drop, you get a drop.
Correct.
So should I right now get 3 Manananans and make 1 Arc, 1 Solar, and 1 Void and leave them like that? So when Forsaken it, you know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
That's a really good question.
Or is that going to go away,
well,
Sean?
or
like,
will
that going to work?
Will it even yeah, I mean, will it
stay? Wipe that.
Well, here's what I don't know is because the elemental mods are going away, will it then random roll your weapon to something else, or what?
Well, year one. Okay, so year one guns
just delete that mod, and then it is what it. I don't know, man. That's
they said year one guns will have no random rolls, but they didn't actually say yes or no on how we're gonna mod year one weapons. So I think we're gonna be able to throw on 1 mod that's gonna benefit the gun, whether it's the new hidden hand or if it's Icarus Grip or something.
It's gonna reduce the power by 5 because the mod's going away.
Right.
But it'll stay that element. So I think you're right.
I think August 7th we're gonna know. I think that's part of the stream. I mean, these are the questions that people want answered, right? I mean, that's the biggest. I mean, Sean, I didn't even think of that. The banana, like, are you gonna?
Yeah.
You have 3 different kinds, right? You have your Solar, your Arc, and your Void. Do
I'm
you
thinking
actually
about doing
get those
this,
3 so that when everything locks, you're gonna have 1 of each, or is it just? Are they just gonna say, you know what, we're throwing the elements away on that, or is it gonna be a set? The Banana is Void.
Only this.
Only Void.
The Banana might be friggin' kinetic.
Yeah, exactly. They may just make them all kinetic and say that we're just gonna have.
Might just be kinetic.
I'm looking at my gear right now because I'm thinking, okay, so like Uriel's Gift, Manananan, Positive Outlook, Inaugural Address. Those are some energy weapons I'd like to have 3 flavors in. You know what I mean?
Those might all be kinetic, dude.
You think so, man? I don't know. Well, I mean, like they said,
I could absolutely see Manananan being kinetic. I could absolutely see that.
Oh, please don't do that to me, Bungie. Please don't do that to my beloved Manananan.
We'll see, man. We'll see. And I'm guessing August 7th, man. I think that's when we're gonna get the answer to those questions because that's big stuff that people definitely need to know the answer to.
Yeah.
Let's see. They also said that there will be some hidden challenges to look for, which will not be highlighted by the director. So I'm assuming this is things like the Whisper quest that we see right now. So there are going to be things which is great. That's what the community wants. We want something that as a community we can come together and kind of go on these giant adventures of figuring these things out, figuring these puzzles out. He says the intent is that you will always have something to go after. But speaking of mods, we mentioned some of this, but there's only legendary mods, so no more blues. The gunsmith will take our old mods and trade them for components to make the new ones. And again, no elementals. Some new mods that were revealed were the Icarus Grip, which will improve accuracy while airborne, which I know some people will definitely...
We've kind of had that perk before.
Yep. I know at the summit, that was something that there were some people in the group I was with, Sean, were just going bananas over. When I'm airborne, you lose accuracy and blah, 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 and how that shouldn't happen. And I don't know. That seems like a big deal. So I think this mod is going to be huge for some of the hardcore PvP players. Let's see. Radar Tuner decreased the time for radar to return after ADS.
That seems like an okay deal. I understand why. I understand why they let all of these 3 perks leak. Because the best one is the next one you're even going to come up with, but none of them are like game changing.
They're not hugely game changing, right? Then the last one, the targeting adjuster, grants better target acquisition.
It's hidden hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I mean,
it's probably not even as good as hidden hand, but I think there's going to be some other mods because he said at the last quote, and I'm going ahead of you, Mark, but it said mods will be harder to acquire but are more impactful. I think there are going to be more impactful, significant mods that we are going after for our god roll weapons to add to them to make them god roll weapons. With them. You're gonna have god roll weapons and you're gonna have god roll mods.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's what's gonna happen. So you're gonna have a god roll weapon and you got the perfect roll. And if you get the perfect mods to add to that, that's what makes the perfect weapon. And that's what's going to be the carrot, is we're chasing these stupid mods and the weapon with the roll, and it's going to be a biznitch. I really think it will be.
Think of all the videos, Sean, you get to put out.
I know, right? Well, you know what? I'm looking at Destiny 1's weapon perks, and I'm thinking to myself, man, you remember, first off, Luck in the Chamber. They got to bring Luck in the Chamber.
Yes.
Love that perk. You remember Feeding Frenzy, kills with this weapon, increase reload speed for a short time. Focused Fire. I mean, like, what if you had an auto rifle that was 600 rounds per minute, and then you put Focus Fire on it. What else? Yeah. Firefly was another one. Full auto. I mean, like, they should bring full auto back that you can get. If I had a Manana and it was full auto, I would be in. Look, all I ever talk about is Manana because to me it's the best gun in the game. But if I get a Manana,
a nameless Midnight that was full auto, Sean. Imagine that.
Yeah.
What's the perk that Mida has that you can see with your radar with ADS?
Third Eye.
Third Eye.
Third Eye.
I need Third Eye on every single gun I have.
Persistence, range.
Third Eye. Give me Third Eye all day long, baby.
Send it. Spray and I love spray and play. That's right. Spray and play is when you burn your whole magazine, you get a really fast reload. So you just empty out a hand cannon or empty out a scout rifle, whatever, and as soon as you're down to 0, you do a really quick reload.
Was it confirmed? Now, for some reason, I want to say they said this somewhere that the mods will be able to pull off the guns and put elsewhere.
If you break down the gun, the mod doesn't go away. You get it back.
That's good.
Absolutely. That's huge.
Yep.
Especially if they're harder to get.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Yep. All right. Anything else here, guys? I mean, this was obviously tons of stuff.
What I'm wondering is if I apply a mod to a gun, can I remove it and put it on another gun, or do I have to break the gun down to get the mod back? Is it like permanently? Is it permanently attached to that gun until I break that gun down, or can I attach another mod and get that
honestly,
mod back?
The simple fix would be go to the weaponsmith or the gunsmith, right? I mean, his name is Gunsmith. That's the whole point. He makes guns and say, hey, take some of my shards, take my mod off so I can get it back, and then let me apply it to another gun. You should be able to do that. That should be a definite.
Because if it's harder to get mods and, these and they're more expensive, then I need a way to be able to, when I get the mod that I want, I got to be able to put that whenever I want, wherever I want it. I'm going into a raid, I need it on this gun. I'm going into PvP, I need it on this gun because I've only got one of them because they're harder to get, right?
Yeah.
So I hope that it's a thing where we can move them around instead of...
Do you think they should charge you for it or no?
No.
They will.
I think, honestly, of course,
everything will have a
cost. I don't want them to.
Yeah.
I think they will, though. It has to. I mean, they got to get a cost. I mean, that's what makes you.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise you're just going to you get one mod.
Yeah, like you were just saying, like I'm going to the raid. I'm going to put it here. I'm going here. I'm going to do that.
Right. No, there has to be a cost. I agree.
Yep.
But I hope it's not ridiculous because if they're really hard to come by, then my gosh.
I think it would be just as much as infusing. Like it'd be like 3 shards or whatever it is, 3-4 shards. All right, guys. Anything else, man? You want to bring up here? I know. I don't know how much we want to go into it here. I'm gonna mention this, but there's been a lot of skill-based matchmaking and all that good stuff. I don't know the road you guys want to go.
Oh my God!
I
spent a week sparring on Twitter.
I didn't do any sparring on Twitter. All right, so I'm going to say this: you have this balance of the pub stompers and MLG Pro, YOLO swag, let's go, big plays, get off me players, right? Their chilling is beating up on average players like me with a 1.21 kill death ratio. That's fun for them, right? And their thought process is, well, you lose and you get better and you play more. Bullshit, all right? You know what I do? When I get stomped 5 games in a row, I go like this to my SCUF controller. PlayStation off. And I stop playing, okay? You know what I mean? Like, it's...
Right.
There has to be a nice blend of skill-based matchmaking and connection-based. If it's all connection, we get stomped on, and I leave the game. I don't want to sit there, you know what I mean? And you're going to push casuals away. If it's skill-based matchmaking, 1, you're going to have lag. 2, the MLG YOLO Swag pros don't want to play each other. They want to beat up on people like me. So why, you know what I mean? So, like, you have a balance of people that don't want to get stomped on and people that want to stomp. So I think I'm going to go out on a limb, call me wacky, call me kooky, call me crazy. It's maybe a fraction of the community that actually wants to stomp on the rest of them. The rest of us just want to play and just have a good time. And I never understood, why don't people want to play people of equal skill? It's no fun for me if I'm just beating up on people that are lesser skilled than me. You know what I mean?
So let me add to that a little bit. So the funny thing is, the sweaties, the people that you're talking about, they're like, well, I want to just go into PvP and have a good time. I'm like, yeah, well, so do the 90% of the majority of other people that aren't as good as you want to go into PvP and have a good time, but you're pub stomping them and it sucks.
Yeah.
So, and I equate it like this. So in golf, there's a thing called a handicap. So what that does is, if I typically score, let's say I shoot a 90 when I play golf. I hit the ball 90 times to get around a round of golf. But a really good golfer is at par, and let's say he's at 72. He's 20 strokes better than me, basically. So there's a handicap. So when we play each other, there's a handicap. Well, that's what skill-based matchmaking is, right? Okay. So when we're just playing a casual round of golf with my buddies, there's a handicap. If you go watch the Masters or the Open Championship or the U.S. Open or the Pro Tour, there ain't no damn handicap. It's best man wins. You just go play. The best person wins. There's no handicap. So when you want to play, that's the true competitive, right? So when you want to go into competitive, it's just a go after it. Best man wins. And then that should absolutely be. And there needs to be a connection-based thing, so there's not lag and any stupid stuff that you can do. But that's where, so people get mixed up with competitive and skill-based. They get the word skill mixed up in skill-based matchmaking with competitive, because those must go together. No, they don't.
Yeah.
So what competitive is the best person wins. That's what competitive means. Skill-based matchmaking is for the person that maybe is just new to the game, isn't that great, is just a weekend warrior, whatever, wants to have some fun and have, instead of getting pub stomped and having the guy against them having 70 kills and they have 4, that was no fun. And guess what? That's the majority of players, not the minority. The minority are the people that are pub stomping people. So, like, the people that come in with this elitist mindset of, no, don't have, it's ridiculous that people saying it's backwards. No, it's not backwards. You need to understand that the majority of people aren't MLG pros. They're just not.
Yeah.
So let them go in and have some fun and quick play. Skill base it.
I just
wanted
to throw it out there.
I will say there needs to be a blend too.
A blend would be nice.
It can't just be skill based. It needs to be both. There needs to be a blend.
That's pretty much. I mean, I many people feel very strongly about this topic. I mean, you clearly even you guys both do. I mean, look, you guys are getting fired up. I knew that's why bringing it up. I knew it was going to get people riled up. But all this week, it seems like the whole community has just been going bananas over that. Who was it? Somebody did tweet about it. Was it Lars or somebody tweeted something about what they were looking at or something with skill-based matchmaking, or they were tweaking something, and then it just seemed like it went nuts. But I mean, my overall opinion is that, I think it needs to be a blend of both because everybody wants a good connection.
Quick play needs to be a blend.
And everybody doesn't want to get pub stomped and everybody also wants to have a good time. So they just need to find that happy medium. And
I just don't believe in the whole thing of like, okay, if you lose, then you learn and you want to play more. No, when you get stomped 4 or 5 games in a row, like I did last week, whatever, this and that, it doesn't make me want to play more and get better. It makes me want to leave.
No,
the people that actually want to improve their game and want to be really good at the game, you know where they go? Where? Competitive. They don't do it in quick play.
Yeah, I know.
They get a team together and they start strategizing and they come up with strategies on how to get better.
Yeah.
They don't go to quick play and get pub stomped and go, oh, well, maybe I'll be better next game. No, that's how it works, man. Jeez.
Yep.
All right, let's move on.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't want to get all crazy. But I think it needed to be addressed because, again, the community has really been talking about it this week. But let's move on here to our clan spotlight. Part of the show, we'll give you a clan because, hey, Forsaken's right around the corner. We got Solstice of Heroes literally tomorrow as we're recording this. So you may need some people to get out there and run with you in some content. So if you're looking for a clan or if you want your clan spotlighted, you can go to our website. You'll see there's a form you can fill out. Tell us about your clan. You'll have it heard here on the show. Caleb, who do you got this week for us, man?
We've got a UK clan on the PS4 side. So it's UK. It's literally, so remember this, UK, United We Stand on the PS4 side. It says we are a UK-based PS4 adult clan for all categories of players. Been running for nearly 4 years. I started the clan, and as I wanted to raid and communicate with fellow members. People should join the clan if you're active and want to have fun. We're fun, we're friendly, we're active, adult zone. Currently 30 active players. We would like to double the number up to 60, but stay at that number so we can be a little smaller and be a personal friendly clan because they're getting to know each other really well, which you do when you're at that size. The only requirement they have is you're 18 plus. They are an adult clan. They host internal events through Facebook and use the Messenger app to communicate. So they use Facebook's Messenger to communicate throughout the clan. You can apply very simply through the Bungie app on their website. So go to BNet, look up UK space United space We space Stand. You got to make sure the BNet's kind of weird like that. If you don't type it in exactly right, it's weird. But it's UK space United space We space Stand. So United We Stand. Go look those guys up if you're in the UK or if you play in that time zone. If you're crazy like Mark and I and you play early in the morning and you need people to play with, the UK guys are up.
That's right.
And guys and girls. So go hit them up if you're a UK person looking to play on the PS4 side. There you go.
No doubt. All right. Well, let's move on here to our final part of the show, the part where we give you a voice here that we call Messages from the City. Don't forget you can email us feedback at theguardiansofdestiny.com. And like I said at the top of the show, we want your feedback on Solstice of Heroes and keep sending in that whisper feedback. Like I said, we got that real lengthy email here that was sent, which by the way, send them. We don't always read the long ones. Sometimes we do chop them down, but we read every single email. So please send them in.
I did get a couple emails this week that were just way too long, and I couldn't put it on. So
yeah, and a lot of them really were feedback to the Whisper Quest, man. I mean, that was like the big comments this week.
Yep.
We got one here, quick one here. This one comes to us from ColtsFan99, and he says, "Hey guys, love the show. With all of the Forsaken info being announced, not including content like the Raid or the Dreaming City, what are each of you looking forward to the most? Like quality of life stuff. Keep up the great work. Titan for life."
Two Titans and a Warlock walk into a bar.
Warlock gets Titan smashed.
No, I've got my Well of Radiance, man. I got healing grenades.
So go ahead, you guys,
kick something back. For me, I remember kind of talking about this at the panel. And I love going to the new areas and just seeing it. Like, I cannot wait to go to the Dreaming City. Just Destiny to me is at its best with mystery and being able to go to these new spaces and explore every nook and cranny. I mean, that's the thing that I'm looking forward to the most, I think, for this. Now, in terms of quality of life stuff, I think having the ability to have these mystery quests to go on, or literally, like, remember the old exotic quests in Destiny 1? Even though it's somewhat monotonous as they were, it was still fun because you were just going for this piece of gear that you knew was going to completely change the way you played the game, like Thorn or even hell, Bad Juju. So I can't wait to kind of have that stuff. And to me, that's a quality of life thing. It's no longer just log in, look at my milestones, and let me just knock these out. And the way Destiny 2, especially the way it launched, it was like, once I did the milestones, what else am I going to do? It seems like here, there's going to be a lot more things for us to do consistently. And I can't wait, man. I can't wait for it.
For me, I was a WoW player back in the day, and we had our dailies. You did your dailies. So now that I can get powerful gear, my main problem with Destiny 2 up until now was I went each week, I did my milestones, and I was done, man.
Yeah.
Unless I was trying to grind for, tokens or something, which I've been doing lately. It was just you did your milestones and you were done. And that's exactly what they're trying to do, is make it where it's a hobby. You will always have something to do and grind for that's meaningful. That's the big thing. So if I know that, I've been gone for 2 days, I've got 2 days plus today's worth of dailies to do to get powerful gear to level up, because power is going to freaking matter again. And it's huge. So for me, it's absolutely going to be seeing the bounties, the challenges, the things, and then finding there's going to be some hidden ones too. That's going to be really, really cool. When the first person that discovers this hidden challenge, just like Whisper came out, we're going to all be going.
Everybody goes bananas,
flying,
yep.
Dude, nuts, right? And there's going to be more than one. There's going to be, hopefully there's a lot of them. So I'm really looking forward to that and having dailies and being able to get powerful gear.
Yep. What about you, Sean?
For me, it's going to be the Dreaming City. The more they hype up or talk or not talk about the Dreaming City, this DLC is shaping up to be the Taken King on steroids. And we all remember the Taken King going to the Dreadnaught, man, and you had the chest of gnashing teeth you had to figure out how to open. And there was the Argonaut runes or something they were called, where you had to charge them up. And then there was this one room you'd go in, sit in it, get smelling of hive scent, and run to a chest and stuff.
Yep.
You could tell they're doing that with the Dreaming City, where it's going to be full of secrets and caves and dungeons we got to explore. And then there's going to be, we're going to have Petra as an NPC, and how they said the Dreaming City is going to be ever changing. We've got the Spider who's going to offer these. We're going to bring him offerings to go on these Outlaw Lost Sector bounties. So I think it's going to be the exploring, and just the open world stuff always is my favorite part of the game. Like when Destiny 2 was first announced and they showed us Lost Sectors, they showed us the size of the EDZ and how Nessus was like that. The EDZ.
What about quality of life stuff, Shawnee?
Quality of life stuff. I'm looking for
we get 200 more freaking vault slots.
I'm looking.
Hey, you get those on the 28th, dude. August 28th, man. You get those.
I'd say the biggest quality of life change for me is probably gonna be the weapon slot changes, man. Because I was thinking about that, the other day.
It's gonna be fun, man.
I ran it usually an exotic and a longbow synthesis, and then a heavy machine gun or something like that, or a rocket launcher. So to get back in that swing of things of always having a sniper handy to get me back into sniping, will hopefully get me back into sniping not only in PvE but in PvP. So I would say weapon slot changes. Really looking forward to those, and logging in on the 28th of August and seeing, okay, where did my Hawthorne's Field Forge go?
That's the thing.
Yes.
Where did my
where is stuff moving to is going to freak everybody
out, man. Yep.
Is Whisper of Worm going to the energy slot, or is it still going to be a power?
Your Banana Nan's now in your kinetic. You're like, no!
Don't say that, man. Don't, please. You're giving me. I'm getting the jitters.
Are people just going to pull things out of their vault just to see where it goes? Actually, one of the quality of life things I think that's going to be huge is the collections. The fact that you're able to go in, see what weapons you have and which ones you don't, and the fun of chasing those things down, and just knowing where do I need to go to find this specific gun, like the Manananan. Where do I go to get that? And everybody that's listening to the show and maybe doesn't have it, they now know the path of what they need to do to get it.
Right.
That just that simple little change, man, is going to be great.
Yep.
So, we're all definitely looking forward to it. But all right, guys, let's wrap it up there. Of course, everybody, as always, thank you here for tuning into the show. Don't forget, tomorrow, of course, as we're recording this, many of you already will know, is the Solstice of Heroes. Get out there, enjoy the game. I got a feeling, man, there's going to be a lot of people coming back to the game to go into this. I mean, we're hearing all the Redux missions that are coming in. There's 5 missions coming back. I mean, Sean, you mentioned the Spark one is one of those simple ones. That's the one where you go and you get your power's back. Like, how much fun is that going to be jumping back into that mission if you haven't done it in a long time through meditations or anything? Go in there, have fun, just unloading your super on a bunch of enemies. I think it's going to be great, and try and get your friends back in the game, I think, because right now I think is a great time for people to jump back in, and the fact that a lot of these quality of life changes coming with Forsaken are coming a week prior. You know, they're coming August 28th. Less than a month from now, we will have those changes in the game. Yep. What else, guys? Anything else here at the end you can think of we need to throw out?
And I think that's it. It's going to be so exciting, and I'm ready for the grind tomorrow. I got to get up at early and get business done so I can leave work at lunch, baby. Let's
Sean,
go.
you're going to be, streaming first thing tomorrow?
Yes, I'll be streaming as soon as it should go live around 1 p.m. Eastern. So whenever it goes live, I'll be going live, and we'll just go chat. We'll dictate what we do. We'll go and explore. Because there's going to be a new section of the tower. I put up a video today. Check it out. One video ago, if you look at my channel now, where I got a bunch of new screenshots. They're opening up a whole other section of the tower.
That's awesome.
We're going to have the main statue between Eververse and Raoul the Ghoul, but there is going to be a separate area where Ikor Ray is, and I think I was trying to get in there today just to see if they would do it early, but there's 3 or 4 other doors near Ikor Ray, and Ikor Ray is running the show with regards to this new event.
Similar to D1, we had the big door that would
it
up. Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I got a feeling one of those doors is going to open up to a whole other area of the tower, which should be pretty cool.
Yep.
Sweet. All right, everybody. Well, as always, thank you here for making us a part of your week. However you're tuning in, whether it's through iTunes, through Podbean, through YouTube, whatever. Thank you so much. And with that, we'll catch you guys next week. Later.
God bless you, honey. My girlfriend sneezed just as we're doing it.
Nice. Yeah, she
had a death sneeze. She did a death sneeze.
She just got off work.
What
was that, honey?
Tell her she did a death
God
sneeze.
bless you and Guardian Radio.
Oh.
She's been up since 5 a.m. because she worked a shift
So was Mark.
at the hospital.
Yeah, so
She's tired.
and I sold drugs.
Good show, guys.
Yeah, good show, guys. Thank you guys,
What's the
chat.
sponsors chat, man. You guys
go
are
through it,
crushing.
Sean. I saw a bunch pop up, man. Who you got?
I can't believe we kept it as short as we did, honestly. I mean,
That's the beauty of
I thought that would be almost a 2-hour show.
the chemistry we got, man.
Yeah, if we got some other people, it might be.
Yeah.
Sean, what do
Good
you
show.
what do you got? Go through the sponsors, man.
Oh no, I just meant like so many sponsors were staying around tonight. Lag,
We got some new ones tonight, though, didn't you? Give them the plugs.
No new ones, no.
Oh,
but
I thought there was.
I'm so happy to see all the regular sponsors, sticking around for the show.
Hashtag made it to the end.
Guardian Radio.
Hashtag made it to the end. Oh yeah, they're all doing hashtag made it to the end.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys.
All right, stream. I'm
All right,
going to kill
chat.
the stream, guys. Thank you so much, everybody, as always.
Love
and
you guys.
we'll
I'll
catch
see
you
you
guys
everybody.